Hey guys, it's Jason doing a Jason Handy video. It's been a while. This is some deep thoughts. I'm shooting from my back stoop here in lovely Indiana. Thought I would just, show you my lovely view here every morning when I come out from my drinking my green tea, or aka Ocha, and just relax. It's Tuesday evening, and just wanted to show you my neighbor's backyard, I guess, and all that jazz. And look at this right here, guys. Look, I have a soft side. I got some flowers over there, some flowers. So, but anyways, you didn't come here to look at the foliage and my horticulture, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So things have been shut down. It's going to be shut down, looks like, for the foreseeable future. We're still, I think I'm talking to you on April 21st, the day after 420. And sounds like we're kind of in a situation where things have changed a smidge. We're opening up supposedly the United States again, certain areas, certain states, certain cities, certain towns. I heard this morning that Major League Baseball may have a 3-state approach for baseball, so that's cool. With that being said, and this is not a right or wrong answer, we all, it's more than one person to hopefully watch this video. But I mean, we're kind of, I think a lot of us are ready for things to open back up, but doing it in a smart way, not just kick the door down, but to ease into it. And I'm on the camp of not living in fear, but also using common sense and science and technology and letting that show us the way. I don't think we can just keep being hunkered down in our houses forever. I know a lot of people seem to be completely content with just staying at home and telling everybody that they shouldn't go out and they should just sit there and just take it and not get back to normal. And that's kind of weird, because that's, telling people who don't have a job or lost their jobs, or people who are losing their houses or their cars, or not able to even keep the power on the house, so they need to sit there and stop whining about getting back to work and getting back to normal because they're going to get us all killed, is not helping. There's no right or wrong. Staying in your house and waiting for your house to be taken away from you is not any better than going out and possibly being infected and more than likely surviving. Again, I mean, it's the lesser of two evils on either side of the issue, I guess, in some respects. So I don't know where you guys fall down on the issues, but for me personally, is let's use common sense, use science, use professionals. I think we have some politicians that are ready just to make the whole thing just pretend like it never happened, and that's not just a kick towards any particular government officials. That's just, I think you have some people who just don't care and is ready to get everything back to normal without thinking about the cause of that. But we also have to be realistic and think that we need to get the economy back on track. We need to get money back into our pockets and in our accounts. We need to start living our lives. We can't live in fear, guys. We really can't. I don't think it's something that any of us would want. And I do think that if you watch news, and I'm sure a lot of us probably do right now, because it's the only thing that's really on, is the whole thing is a lot of it's fear baiting, and I hate that. They're always showing you the deaths and how many people tested for coronavirus and how many people are infected and how many people are sick and hanging on and how many people are, in hospitals or this, that, and the other. And I just, and a lot of it's just fear. It is just mind-boggling. They don't give you the big numbers, at least in Indiana, a lot of times, about who recovered and how many people were infected, but how many people have, or asymptomatic or mild or whatnot. They are not showing you that a lot of the real breakdown the demographics of what the ages were in a timely manner and if there was underlying health conditions. And that's all a problem, guys. That's all a problem because that stokes fear. I mean, that makes it sound like a 22-year-old healthy college-age student could possibly die tomorrow, the way they're making it sound a lot of times. But really, it's an 85-year-old who had 3, heart stents put in last year and a leg amputation and was like, 60%, and what is it, obesity or something, and that person's the one who died. And I know those are extremes on both sides, but really the truth is, most people are going to be fine. And not that it's okay to just like kick the door down and like I hear a lot of people say like flip the light switch. Not at all. But also we have to think of realistically where we are at in this process and what is the smart way to do it and not to shame others into trying to get their lives back on track because they have to. I mean, we have to get back on track, guys. We can't just sit here in our houses and like not take care of business. I mean, we eventually have to get out and start getting back to work. And I mean, I'm not saying, well, that sucks for the people who can't, and getting people infected, and that sucks, and not at all. But there has to be a breaking point at some point, right? And I'm not saying I have the answers, not at all. But I also have to say that I would be at a point now that if your area and all that is, healthy and on track, then you should get out and start getting back to work in your community and your state or whatnot. And here's the other thing. No one's forcing people to go back to work and go out. If you're old and sickly and have conditions, then no one's forcing you out the door. And I think a lot of that also is what people are getting caught up in. They're like, you shouldn't go out there and live your life. And it's like, well, if you're sick and no one's saying you should go out there anyways. Actually, you shouldn't go out there at all. I mean, we live in a culture and a society now, in a world where you can do everything essentially online, or you have a family or a friend that can swing by and drop some stuff off to you need be. But, until this thing can have more of a happy ending, I don't know, guys. It just, I want my life to get back to normal, and I don't want to do that in a selfish way at all. I want to be smart about it. I want to be safe about it. But here's the thing. The state of Indiana has 5.5 million people, roughly, right? And so far, as of today, our number of, I believe, people have passed is close to 600. That's 5.5 million people, and maybe around 600 something people have passed. And that 600 people have passed it's unfortunate and it's sad, without a doubt. But are we saying that our lives can't go back to normal because of that? For 5.5 million people have to sit here and wait until there's no deaths? I mean, you just think about that, and then take that and extrapolate that through the entire, United States of America. It doesn't seem like it's realistic to continue to do that. I mean, we all can look at the numbers. If you want to really look at the real numbers out there, they're out there. The numbers don't dictate that we are in the situation that we're in now, that we should stay in it for much longer. It really, maybe it would even dictate that we never should have got here in the first place. Maybe there was an overreaction, and I think we should err on the side of caution. But we can't be doing this, guys, every year now. We cannot be doing this every 2 times a year. I'm already hearing people say we're going to shut down again in the winter time or in the fall because it's going to be back until we can get an immunization for it. I mean, it cannot be like this, guys. And I just don't want us to be living in fear. I want us to live, not necessarily reckless abandonment, necessarily. But, I mean, you have to use your brains. You have to be smart about it. We have to try to, get things back on track. And, take care of one another, support each other. And I'll just kind of close with this. A lot of us are stuck in our homes. Not a lot of us are not working because either one, our jobs have us working from home, or we can't go to work because we're not allowed to. And some of us have wives and girlfriends and children and parents that we might be in contact with and see on a regular basis, but maybe some of us don't. So I've been making it an effort to reach out to my friends on this YouTube platform a couple times a week and reach out and give them a call, even if it's just for a 5-minute call. So I would just like to just challenge everybody to reach out to your friends on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, if you're one of them Twitterers, and just, check in on them. Just let them know you're thinking about them. You don't know how that could change somebody's day or maybe their mental state or how they're viewing things. We all, sometimes I think, want to put the best foot forward when we're on our channels, and sometimes people keep it real. I think I'm one of those people who do keep it real mostly on my channel. But it's nice to be able to reach out to each other and just check on each other and see how everybody's doing. It doesn't need to be anything extravagant. It doesn't need anything to be deep, like these deep thoughts here. But just think about our fellow YouTubers and just reach out to them. I like to challenge everybody between now and the end of the weekend that you try to get in contact with 2 or 3 people at least. Check in on them to see how they're doing. Just, touch base. I think it makes a big difference for so many people. I know when people reach out to me, it makes me happy, makes my day a little bit brighter. I know I've reached out to other people before all this and during this that I could tell they're very appreciative of me doing it. And that's not to pat myself on the back, but we're humans. We crave interaction and communion with one another. It's nothing to be ashamed of or to kind of laugh at or whatnot. It's something we all desire. Maybe some more than others, but it's true. So with that being said, that'd be the challenge I have for you guys, is to reach out to one another and just check in, just give them a word of encouragement. So until next time, guys, be safe, don't be scared, and just know that we're all out here, we're going to get through this together. Until next time, peace.